screen. Put it behind me right here.
All right.
Hang on, we're getting this. Making everyone dizzy just saying no. Hang on, guys. Setting this up. This is new for me to try to do it this way.
Hey to everyone who's jumping on our Periscope.
It's off to the side, so let's turn it this way. There we go. Can we see now?
How's that?
I can see screen some. We got it. You guys are getting like behind the scenes.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. You guys okay, guys? Can you see? No, can't see. They can see. It's a little bit dark, but
Okay. Can everybody on my scope see? Are we good? They say, Natalie, they say that our the scope title got them interested. So that's good. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so I got it right there. They can see it. They want to zoom in. Let's see. Zoom this. There we go. We're
Okay.
Light. Hopefully we can get this a little bit more.
Perfect.
Okay. Maybe computer screen.
I'm actually going to turn so I can get some more light. So this is social media behind the scenes.
There we go. There we go. Turn it down a bit. Start getting everyone. There we go, guys. You're getting like full on. We got the tripod out now. We're trying to do this a lot of different ways. Hello, guys. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we got it.
Okay, so hey everyone, thanks for joining us. It's Beyond Fit Mom and Natalie Jill Fit here, and we just want to talk about the age-old question of can moms have abs? So I don't know how many times I have heard this, and Natalie, I'm sure you're the same. Like, you know, having a baby wrecks your body. Once you have a baby, your body's never the same. I don't know about you, Natalie, but I'm actually in better shape after having my boys than I was before I became a mom. What about you? What's your scoop?
No, I would say, so the thing is, everybody has abs. Everybody has them. Just on some, they're hiding under a layer or some extra skin. We've got stuff going on, but everybody has abs. So it's a matter of getting them out of that hiding.
Right.
So, yeah, so whether you're a mom or you just lost a lot of weight, you absolutely can get them. Because we all have them. It's just getting them to come out of hiding.
So
I would say I'm in better shape now.
yeah, so when we talk about getting abs to come out of hiding, there are really kind of two basic things that we're talking about. We're talking about training and we're talking about nutrition.
Yeah.
So if we had to give one tip for nutrition and one tip for training, let's each give one. Because we don't want this to be overwhelming. We want this to be like real life. This is real life busy moms, how you can start today to work on getting your abs back, right? So let's go nutrition first.
So I would say my number one nutrition tip would be to unprocess your diet.
Right.
So what I mean is eating foods that you can actually define what they need. So simple ingredients. Think like a piece of fruit would just be an apple.
Right.
Or a vegetable, carrot.
Right.
Your chicken. So simple ingredients, basic foods, unprocessed foods is my biggest tip, because as soon as we get into even the diet foods, the fat-free foods, we've got a lot of processed junk.
Yeah.
And that's all keeping our abs in hiding.
Exactly. So like the goal with our training and with our nutrition is to like bring the abs out of hiding. So we all have abs. Like you couldn't be walking around if you didn't have abs. Now, a strong core, you know, might be different than a weak core, but everybody does have abs. So when it comes to nutrition, like Natalie said, you know, focus on whole unprocessed foods. I like to say, to make it simple, focus on the 2 P's, protein and produce. And when you think of it that way, you know, it makes it easy.
2 P's, that's great.
2 P's. So how about training? What's the number one tip you have for mom?
You know, it's so hard to narrow that down to one because there's so many things. But I'm going to use the word intensity, because my thing with training is intensity is different to everybody. But intensity to me means challenging yourself as much as you can. Now, the intensity level for me may be different than the intensity intensity level for you. But I think most people go through the motions on their workout and they're not pushing themselves with intensity.
Yeah.
And until you do that and you get out of your comfort zone and use that intensity, you're not going to change things.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite ways to get like a high intensity workout?
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of body weight, and I would say really working. And I love to use the plank as an example, because if you take a plank, everybody knows how to do a plank. They may not be doing it correct, and I have a correct way I can show you on how I suggest doing a plank. But if you were to hold that, I'm going to even just say a minute. That's intense for most people.
Right.
That's going to challenge you. Where most people say, I did a plank, they're not doing it right, they're hurting their lower back, they're hurting their shoulders, their arms, or whatever. They're not doing it right. But if you held it in the right form for at least a minute, that's intense. Or if you think that's not intense, try holding it for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Or lift a leg or lift an arm for your 1 minute hold. Yeah. Yeah. I like your 1 minute thing. Patrick and I, we do like blitzes a lot, where we don't have time, like when he gets home from work, you know, he won't have time to like go to the gym and do a full like hour-long workout, like, and you know, for busy moms it's hard to get like 20-minute workouts in. So even 1 minute, if it's high intensity, like the fat burning hormones and stuff, it really works. So we'll do like a 1 minute plank hold or 1 minute of push-ups, and that fits in, you know, for busy moms. Yeah. So so for Natalie's tip for training, it's intensity. And I'm going to also throw in my tip for moms has to deal with healing abdominal separation. So for some moms who have, and I think this is big for me because I'm just coming out from 2 back-to-back pregnancies. So Natalie's, her daughter's a little bit older than mine, so I'm still in like the trenches of like baby life. And for me, I had huge babies, and so my abs actually kind of split during my pregnancy. So like Natalie was mentioning, and I really love that she said this, when it comes to intensity, like what's intense for her might be different for what's intense for a mom who just had a baby. So being mindful of like where your body's at, if you have the abdominal separation, testing yourself and making sure you're doing core exercises that are right for your stage is very important too.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether you're a beginner or advanced. That intensity will work you and challenge you the same as anyone. So
exactly.
I just get away from abs for a minute. Take a pull-up example.
Yeah.
That's really good at pull-ups. 20 of them may be intense for them.
Right.
But somebody also that's a beginner working towards 1, that's that same level of intensity working towards 1.
Exactly.
Intensity is what changes your body.
And that's what's so cool, is because every mom on the call, like, you can do something that's intense. Like right now, put your phone down, hold a plank while you're listening to us chat. I mean, so it's really cool that that this is something that everybody can do. And, when it comes to moms getting abs, like we said, training and nutrition are the biggest things that you want to focus on. And I do think we should mention, like, falling for scams is silly. So you don't need to buy like a special wrap or, whatever, like doing training, doing proper nutrition, like that's going to get you to your goal.
Of course.
Yeah. So, okay. So we saved, like, we wanted the majority of our chat today to answer questions. Yeah. So in your Periscope, Natalie's on Periscope. I'm on Periscope.
You can see my Periscope. I'm talking to my computer, which is talking to Periscope. But if you have specific app questions, ask Wade either on Kate's or my Periscope, and we're gonna jump in.
Yeah. So we'll just take turns. Do you want to address a question first?
Sure. Do you use weight training ever? I'll say that. I used to use weight training. I would say I use fully body weight at this point. However, body weight is not just standing there going like this with your own body weight. It's really not. It's using your body to train your body. And body weight exercises are intense. I do a ton of core-based workouts, and they're intense. So I, at this point, use all body weight. Now, I do use some equipment that helps me with my body weight, like a TRX or my ring. Sometimes a sled, a pull-up bar, things like that. But it is primarily my own body weight. And Kate, what about you? Are you weights?
Yeah. So I actually, last month, I did a full month of just body weight training because it was like summer and we had a bunch of weddings and family trips, and it was so nice to not like lug around dumbbells. So I'm on with you. Bodyweight training, if it's done in the right way, is fantastic. For me, I usually do like 3 days a week of quick, like 20-minute weight training circuits. I'm still in the position where I'm kind of building back a foundation after being pregnant with two big babies back to back. So using the weight training for me is a way that I can kind of build back a little bit of the shape that I lost during pregnancy. Yeah. So here's a question, and this is about excess skin and stretch marks.
Love that question.
Yeah. Okay, so you jump in first, and then I'll tag on.
So here's my thing. And I actually did a video on YouTube, which is, I was embarrassed to do, but I'm so glad I did it, where I showed excess skin. Because here's the thing, if you're a mom and you had a baby that grew in you, you will have that excess skin. There is no way around it. However, you can drastically change the appearance of it by developing the muscle and losing the fat. The skin is still there. It's just you change the appearance drastically from that. I think you would probably agree, Kate, that downward dog is just not that pretty. However, no one could tell. And I've done it on my YouTube. I pushed my skin together and showed you that skin is still there. It's just that you can change that appearance through developing that muscle and losing fat.
Exactly. And I think, in terms of, so Natalie covered the excess skin. In terms of the stretch marks, I think that's a really great question. And again, coming from just being pregnant twice, back to back, I'll tell you, I have stretch marks. Because when your belly stretches to a certain extent, I think if you're pregnant, there's a lot you can do while you're pregnant to help kind of prevent or lessen that. A lot of the factors about stretch marks really comes down to genetics. So there's a lot of things that you can't really change, but some things that you can focus on, like hydration, making sure you're taking care of your skin like from the inside out. So instead of just, like lathering on creams, like we talked about, the proper nutrition, making sure, you're drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. Coconut oil, I did kind of on the outside, and then really as time goes on, they will lessen in appearance. But focusing on getting your skin the right nutrients that it needs is very important. I actually did a blog post on stretch marks, so you could Google that if you're a newer mom who's interested in more. Okay, so let's take another question. Anybody on Periscope want to ask anything?
I've got one.
Okay.
Chronic lower back pain. This comes from Randy. Can I activate core without using back and hips? So, okay, I love the chronic lower back pain one because it depends on what is going on. If it's an injury or something. I will tell you with most women, as you can see, so I'm going to stand up for a minute. Most women, can you guys see my waist here? Most women have a common anterior pelvic tilt, so we're standing here. And a lot of that comes from wearing heels all the time, we lean forward, and then we stay in this position and we're doing exercise, we're compressing all of this and creating issues. Now, even though this looks good to stand like this, if we were to squeeze our glutes in and flatten out that lower back and tuck under, what you'll notice, if you stand up and do this and you have lower back pain, this will take away a lot of that pain. So just going from here to squeezing here and tightening here, you will take away that lower back pain. This is the position that I suggest doing exercises in. I do not suggest squatting here. I do not suggest doing planks like this.
Right.
I suggest being here as much as you can and working from that position. And what that does is that strengthens our glutes and our hamstrings. It stops defaulting here. We stop putting the pressure here, and we really start developing that core.
Exactly.
So that's a big thing. Just changing that position right there for chronic lower back pain, and that changes things dramatically.
Yes, and that's, and working on your posture is something you can do like all the time. I know your daughter's older, so you're not carrying around a baby anymore, but for moms who are on, that have like the little ones, being mindful of how you're carrying, I have huge babies. Like Warren is massive, and if I'm not carrying him correctly, like I'll notice, my posture gets wacky just from sitting him on a hip and being kind of lopsided. So that's something that's really important too. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Here's a question about the abdominal separation. So the diastasis recti is when you have a split between the center of your abs. And there's actually a way that you can do a self-test where you're just literally feeling the degree of separation. Everybody's abs when you're pregnant as a mom, they split to some degree because they have to make room for your uterus as it's growing to hold the baby. And typically for most women, it comes back together like naturally. So you don't have to do anything crazy. But they will, medically speaking, consider it a separation if you can fit like 2.5 to 3 fingers or more in between that space. So after you had your daughter, did you have any abdominal separation?
You know what? I did not have that. I was lucky there. What I will say though is that I've worked with a lot of people that have, and I understand that's a whole different thing. And you of course want to not take our advice over your doctor's. But many of the exercises that we both share are friendly for that situation.
Exactly. So all of Natalie's exercises, everything that, we preach, the main thing that you want to pay attention to if you have the abdominal separation is that you want to avoid anything that is going to cause a coning in the area down your stomach, or like a bulge. So
can you explain what a coning is? I think that some people are asking.
Yeah, so the coning, like you can watch visually, and your stomach around the middle, like right by your belly button, will kind of make like a little tent. It'll poke out like a cone. And if you're doing that, if you notice that, it's a sign that there's like a greater degree of intra-abdominal pressure. And intra-abdominal pressure is what you want to avoid if you're healing the abdominal separation. So, like, I guess a good thing to say would be listen to Natalie, listen to me second, and listen to your body first. So watch the way your body's responding. And as long as you don't notice that, then you're fine. Yeah.
That's a big reason I don't suggest crunches either.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so let's take 2 more questions, and then we'll wrap up.
What questions do we have?
Any more questions? Everybody's like all good?
I've got, should we eat before breakfast or have a shake before or after? So you can support either direction. I am a fan of having some protein and some carbs, some fast digesting carbs ahead of your workout. I don't like the starving or fasting workout personally. I feel that you need to get some nutrients in. That's the one time I don't personally recommend having fat in your diet right before a workout, only because I want the protein and the carbs to get in there quickly. That's my opinion on what I do. If somebody asks about a shake, I'm fine with shakes if it's just whey, because that's what's fast digesting, not necessarily a meal replacement, but just some whey and maybe a piece of fruit before workout is what I do. Kate, I don't know about you and your recommendation.
Yeah, I totally ditto Natalie. I usually do like coffee and BCAAs. I work out super early, and so I notice, like we talked about the intensity, I get a better intensity in my workout if I have not like a really full stomach. So I like to work out super early, but like to preserve the muscle, I take BCAAs and do coffee, and then I'll eat, like Natalie said, immediately after my workout. And I do a whey protein shake every time within 30 to 60 minutes after, because you have to refuel and replenish those muscles after that intense workout. Yeah.
So we have a bunch of questions about what we eat, and I will say that both you and I believe, eat pretty similar, and we both similar to what we put on our eat programs, which is a very unprocessed diet based on an unprocessed diet, real natural foods. I know Kate has programs on her site, and I do as well. My Jumpstart programs, my 7-day and my 4-week Jumpstart. Kate has several programs also, and we both eat very similar to what is on our programs there, which is real natural.
Yeah. So I threw up super quick, like as Natalie and I were texting this morning, and I was nursing, and it was like insane. I put a blog post up, and you can go to beyondfitmom.com/abs, and you'll see a link to all of Natalie's programs as well as my postpartum program. So you can click there, and I know Natalie will have the replay of this up as well on her site, and we'll be sure to post those links. But yeah, in terms of what we're eating and meal stuff, that can get pretty in depth. So we'll say that maybe we'll do another scope on what we're eating. So any more ab questions related to any
other ab questions on here? Reading through both of them right now. Somebody asked some more diet questions, which we just answered. If you're catching the replay, you can go back and listen to some of that.
And Natalie's Periscope is at Natalie Jill Fit, so you can make sure you're following there.
Any last questions for us? We got
Okay. Okay, this is the ab scope. Fit moms, can moms have abs? Okay, so can moms have abs? Yes, we'll do a recap. The answer is absolutely. Every single person already has abs. Like Natalie said, what you have to do is you have to work on uncovering them. So changing your body composition, losing fat, building muscle, making sure that your diet is on track, that you're eating whole unprocessed foods, focus on those 2 P's, protein and produce, right? Having training that's intense. And when we say intense, we mean intense for you. So if you have abdominal separation, you want to make sure that you are doing the proper kind of training to heal and rebuild that. And you want to make sure that your training is intense, that it's tough, that, you know, it's short duration, high intensity workouts that are best for getting abs. Now I want to remind everybody on the scope for me, Natalie's Periscope is at Natalie Jill Fit. And that's her website and social media and everything.
And for mine, Kate is Beyond Fit Mom. And Kate has a blog up that recaps all this. What is the blog site?
So
again,
the blog site is beyondfitmom.com and /abs, ABS. And that has all of Natalie's programs. A lot of people are asking about what she eats. Those are on there. For new moms, I have a postpartum program that I used after both of my sons. That helps to rebuild the core. And then for fat loss there. So all the links are there for you.
And if you guys use today only, for those of you listening here, if you use coupon Beyond Fit Mom 20, you can save today on those my Jumpstart programs on there today to help with some of the diet as well. You can find that through Kate's link that she shared there or my direct
Beyond Fit Mom 20. Okay, so one last chance for questions. Everybody's like all set.
Your face is being covered by your name. They want to see your face.
Oh, where's my face being covered?
Maybe on the Blab site.
Okay, can you see me now? Am I good?
Kind of like you have a hat on.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm wearing a cool hat. Let me tell me if it's better.
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay. One last question. Well, carb cycling. We'll get into that another time. And yes, the programs are safe for nursing moms. At least I know the postpartum program is. And Natalie, do you have anything for nursing moms too you want to share?
All of my stuff is based on real, natural, unprocessed foods, which is what anyone would recommend for nursing or pregnant moms as well. So, of course, if you're concerned, you always check with your doctor. But there's no fake foods on my programs.
Yeah.
Or strange supplements or anything like that. It's all based on real natural food.
So go to beyondfitmom.com/abs and you'll see all of Natalie's programs as well as my postpartum fat loss program, and that will give you everything you need. So yeah, go ahead.
No, I say if you guys want more of these interviews from us, please share these broadcasts. You can share it from Periscope, you can share it from Twitter or Blab. But share them and comment back to us, tweet us, let us know what other topics you'd like us to cover.
Maybe we can start like a Fit Mom TV show where we jump on and just answer all the questions about being like a fit super mom.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. If you're on Periscope, swipe right. If you're on an iPhone, swipe up. If you're on an Android, click share. Share on Twitter. Blast this all over Facebook. And let's seriously dispel the myth. Can moms have abs? Yes. Absolutely. And if you're a mom with abs, how about this? How about you take a picture on social media and you tag us to show us the proof that moms in fact can have abs. We'll give you a shout out. And we are like an army of moms coming together to tell the fitness industry that motherhood is not the end of your fitness.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.